Hey guys, this is Ryan Typhlosion37, coach of the Pittsburgh Steelas, bringing you week 6 of the WPL season 6. This week I'm facing off against Matt O'Shea, um, who, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best battler in the league. He does a ton of leagues. He's even currently in P4G Next Generation. He's an incredible battler. I don't think he has a championship to his name yet, I'm not positive, but he's made playoffs a lot. And he has a terrifying roster. First of all, he had like I think seventh pick in the draft, and he somehow got Naganadel. I don't know how it fell to him, but it's terrifying, and I don't have a single thing to switch into it on my draft. I tried to play around it, but I over prepped a lot for it. He also has Arcanine, Vaporeon, Heracross, Ditto, Electivire, Megalodios, Landorus Therian, Slurpuff, Bronzong, and Lycanroc Dusk. My draft is Tapu Koko, Goodra, Donphan, Rotom Heat, Gourgeist, Garbodor, Megalopony, Slowbro, Tornadus Incarnate, Acelgor, and Bisharp. So as I said, I overprepped a lot for the Naganadel to the point where I barely prepped for anything else on his draft. So I'll go over my team. I have a specially defensive max HP, max special defense, careful nature Bisharp with Okaberry. This was unfortunately my best switch into Naganadel, but the bad part is at +2, a Z Fire Blast still knocked me out. But I was just hoping if I could get in on him before he's +2, or if he didn't have Fire EMZ, I could try to beat him. I have Iron Head, Sucker Punch, Psycho Cut, and Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave was to slow down the Naganadel so that other things can kill it if Bisharp can't. I have an offensive Tornadus Incarnate with Tailwind, Hurricane, Dark Pulse, and Defog. Tailwind was once again in case the Naganadel was speed boosting, and it got up to +1, so other things could outspeed it. It has Flyinium Z to just hit as hard as possible against certain things. I have a physically defensive Slowbro with Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Slack Off, and Calm Mind with the leftovers, pretty standard. Um, I was really hoping that he did not have Calm Mind Latios, because if he doesn't, Slowbro can set up against it, but at the same time, during the battle I had a chance, and I didn't risk it, because if he was Calm Mind Latios, he just won. I have offensive Megalopony with 112 EVs and HP, because I only sped crept the Naganadel. I have High Jump, Kick, Return, Quick Attack, and Ice Punch. I have Donphan, Max HP, Max Attack, Earthquake, Ice Shard, Play Rough, Knockoff of leftovers, and then I have a Rotom Heat that is meant to try to take a hit from the Naganadel if Bisharp goes down. It's max special defense, max HP with Assault Vest, HP Ice, Overheat, Thunderbolt, and Dark Pulse. So, getting into the battle, he leads off with Arcanine, I lead with Tornadus. I go right for Dark Pulse to weaken it, not risking a Hurricane Mace. And by the damage, I can tell he's defensive. I do flinch. That doesn't matter too much because he wouldn't have been able to knock me out or do a ton of damage. And I believe Tornadus never gets too low later on in the match. But here I just fire off a Z Hurricane, and now the Arcanine's down. Second turn, which was, I was thinking max physically defensive for my Lopunny. So he goes into the Latios here, and I go into my Donphan expecting a Calm Mind, but he goes right for Dragon Pulse. So here I went for Ice Shard. I was thinking about going for Play Rough, just in case he would set up a Calm Mind, but I couldn't risk it. I just wanted the damage. And by the damage, I can tell he's very physically defensive with also max HP. So I go into my Tornadus here again because I have nothing for this Lopunny, so I need to try to flinch it, as scummy as that sounds. He does go for Psyshock there, and I go for another Dark Pulse. I don't get the flinch, and he gets to Roost up. I'm just going to go for another Dark Pulse here, as I believe he Roosts again. And now, as I go for Dark Pulse, he switches into his Electivire, which is Assault Vest with, I believe, max HP, max attack. So here I switch into my Rotom as he goes for Volt Switch, and he goes into his Heracross here, and he actually misplays. He goes for Facade, he didn't calc. A close combat from that range would have 100% knocked me out, and then I would have had to try to deal with the Heracross, probably with Tornadus, but he has the Electivire to handle that. So him going for Facade there allows me to knock him out. That crit did not matter. And here he takes the advantage and goes into Slurpuff, sets up a Belly Drum. And what this does, here I get a crit. So what that does, it doesn't matter too much, but it does allow me to not have to sack off my Tornadus to set up a Tailwind. because here I can go into Lot Bunny, and if he's max HP, it's actually a roll if Quick Attack kills, but I have to risk it, and I go for it, and I do get the roll, thankfully. So now he's going to go into his Latios, and I know because he has no special attack investment, with my HP investment, I can live a Psyshock from this thing. So I go for a return, it does 34%. So here I'm thinking he's 100% max HP, max defense, and the only way I can beat this, as scummy as it sounds, is to get an Ice Punch freeze, but I actually just knock him out. So he wasn't completely max defense, so I was able to get the roll to knock him out. He goes into Naganadel, and I just go for a turn. As he goes for Sludge Wave, he gets the speed boost. And here I make a misplay. I go into my Bisharp, and I go for Sucker Punch. I should have 100% gone for Iron Head or Psycho Cut there, not letting him set up. Because if he gets Sucker Punch predictions right, he can easily just win the game right now. But I just go for Sucker Punch again, and he thankfully does attack. I am able to knock him out. And here, I go for Sucker Punch. I know he's Assault Vest. I get a crit. That matters. And he goes for Earthquake and gets a crit. That did not matter. Um, the crit on Electivire did bring it in range of Psyshock for my Slowbro. But as you can see here, he goes for Thunder Punch, and it does under half. So I would have been able to slack off the damage and just knock him out with 2. So I do win 2-0 here against Madoche. I had a terrible matchup this week in my opinion. I am not as skilled as him in the format in my opinion. So winning this week was amazing. I'm now 4-2, and based on differential, I am still in first in my division, and Matt is the only person beating me in our conference. But be sure to like and subscribe if you like the video. Follow me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. And the link to Matt's channel will also be in the description. Go ahead and sub to him. Like his videos. He's an amazing content creator. He's in 4 or 5 leagues. He uploads almost daily draft league content. Um, he's just an amazing person, amazing content creator. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.